Welcome. I am Grace. Welcome to a beautiful seated asana practice today with Xander, of course, Kitty of the Year. We are going to be doing Siddhasana, which is accomplished posture, accomplished pose, Parvatasana, seated mountain posture, Virasana, hero's pose, Supta Virasana, which is reclined hero pose, Paryankasana, couch pose or reclined back bend. We're doing half shoulder stand today, a little inversion, Matsyasana, fish pose, and Bhekasana, frog pose. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. So we're going to be on the floor the entire time today, and we're going to start in a staff pose. Both legs are going to be extended out in front of us. Hands are going to be up alongside the body here. Fingers are pointing out towards the front, the feet. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into Siddhasana from our staff pose. Siddhasana helps to open the hips, and it is a meditative position. So we're going to start by bringing our left leg in, bend the knee, and bring the left heel into the groin. Rest right into the groin. And we're going to do both sides, so don't worry. And then we're going to bring the right foot in to align with the left heel. Now, a variation or a modification of this posture is to move the feet out a little in front of you, if bringing them in close brings tension. But if it's comfortable with them in close to the body, please do this for our Siddhasana. And because this is a meditative posture, we're going to start our opening meditation in our Siddhasana posture. So we're going to inhale up, bring the hands to the knees, right here on the knees. And we're going to inhale up, exhale, pressing those knees down towards the ground, opening up those hips. Now, an option is also to use the chin mudra, where the thumb and pointer finger are touching. And we're going to sit in this posture for a short meditation. So gently and kindly closing your eyes and taking this moment now for a few deep breaths. Breathing into that belly if you can. Belly breathing or 3-part yogic breath. And taking this moment, this opportunity to set the intention for your yoga practice. An intention for your own personal life. Always remembering to set that intention in the positive and the present, as if it is true and manifested fully now. And gently opening your eyes. And we're going to release the posture and release back into our staff posture and go on to the other side. So we're going to take that right leg in, bringing the right heel into the groin. And then we're going to take the left leg in, aligning it right up with the right heel. Sitting up straight, hands resting on the knees. And we're going to press those knees into the ground. Inhaling, elongating the spine as we press the knees down. Beautiful job. And you can go into that chin mudra again. And let's gently close our eyes on this side. And we're going to take this opportunity in this moment as we continue to breathe and relax. Just scan the body and notice where we're at right now. No judgment, not even any description, just noticing sensation. And you can scan from the head all the way through all the chakras to the feet and back up. Diving inside, noticing what's going on in the inner universe. And taking one more nice deep breath. Completing that scan. And letting everything go. Releasing the legs. And we're going to move back into our staff posture. We're moving into Parvatasana, seated mountain pose. And we're going to move from staff to lotus and into our Parvatasana, seated mountain pose. We're going to begin with our lotus, and there's a few options, modifications for the lotus. If the lotus doesn't work, you can do a half lotus or just a simple cross-legged pose. So let's go into the half lotus to show you. So on our cross-legged pose, both feet are under the thighs. The heels and feet are under the thighs. In a half lotus, we're going to bring one foot above the thigh. And the other can go below. If you want to go into your full lotus, we have the left foot here on the thigh, and we're going to also have the right leg up onto the thigh into a nice full lotus. And we're going to do this on both sides. So this is our seated mountain pose, Parvatasana. Beautiful job. We are going to sit up straight, and we're going to take our hands and bring them gently together in front of the heart, pressing those hands together. And let's exhale together completely. And on our next inhale, we're going to raise those arms up until they're directly above the head, as high as you can go. Beautiful job. And now let's take 3 deep breaths here in our Parvatasana, seated mountain pose. One more breath. And on the exhale, releasing those hands down so they're right back in front of your heart. Releasing them down to the knees, down to the floor. And we're going to come out of our lotus one leg at a time, taking the top leg off, the bottom leg. Let's go back into our staff for a moment. Now, if you were in cross-legged pose or half lotus, feel free to do that. We're going to switch over to the other side. So we're going to take whichever leg you had on top, we're going to switch. So we're going to switch legs, full lotus posture, sitting up straight into our seated mountain, bringing the hands right in front of the heart, exhaling completely. Inhale, raising those arms all the way up, right above the head, directly above the head. And you can either have your drishti straight ahead, or you can close your eyes for 3 deep breaths. One more deep breath in. And on the exhale, releasing the hand down to the heart. Beautiful job. Releasing the hands down, placing them on the mat, releasing both feet. And we're going to go back into our staff posture again. Our next pose is Virasana, hero's pose. There's a few variations to the hero's pose as well. Legs are extended in front of you. Hands are by your side with the fingertips pointing towards the feet. Beautiful job. We're going to bend the right leg, placing that right heel right outside the outside edge of the buttocks. And the left leg with the left heel outside the buttocks. A variation to this is to sitting up on our heels. Beautiful. We're going to sit whichever one you decide is most comfortable for you. I'm going to go into the side. We can bring back palms on the thighs. Elbows are slightly bent. And the option is to use the chin mudra, thumb and pointer connected. And let's take 3 nice deep breaths in our Virasana hero posture. Sitting up straight, spine is long. 3 deep breaths, making sure to breathe into that lower belly. One more breath. Beautiful, and releasing. Beautiful job. And we're going to move now into a Supta Virasana, a reclined hero's pose. Now with this posture, and I forgot to show you a variation for that. Sometimes if you want to stay with the feet right beside you, it can help to sit on a block or to sit on your heels. And with the reclined hero's posture, sometimes it's nice to have a bolster. So if you do have a bolster, you can be sitting in your posture here, your Virasana. And we're going to take those hands, we're in our hero posture, but we're going to bring them right behind the feet, behind the buttocks. And we're going to nice and slowly come down. We're going to come down onto those elbows, both elbows and forearms. And let's take a breath or two right here and see how that feels. If it feels comfortable, you can either come down onto your bolster or come all the way down onto the floor. So slowly coming down, relaxing the arms to the side. So you're resting flat on the floor or on your bolster. And a variation for this is to bring those hands up above the head. And you can even grab onto the elbows if you like. And let's take 3 breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful job. And to come out of this posture, we're going to bring the hands onto the heels and the soles of the feet. We're going to bring those elbows back onto the floor. And we're going to press into the elbows, press into the feet and the floor, and come all the way back up to a seated position. And the best way to get out of this posture is to bring both hands to one side and release the opposite leg. And then we're going to go the other side and release that opposite leg. Bring both legs out in front. And we're back into our staff posture again. So now we are going to move into Paryankasana, which is couch pose or reclined back bend. We're in our staff pose, and we are going to begin this posture in Virasana. Now we're professionals at that. So let's take the right leg, bring that right heel back to the buttocks, and the left leg back to the buttocks. Remember, you can sit on a block if that helps you, or you can sit up onto your heels if that helps you. Thighs are parallel. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. And we're going to begin to lift the chest. And I'm going to come to the side so you can see a little bit better. We're going to bring the arms back again. Elbows are going to come down to the floor. We're going to lift the chest up and drop the head. So the back of the head is resting on the floor. And breathe 3 deep breaths. Last breath and exhale. Beautiful. Again, we're going to bring the hands to the heels and the soles of the feet, pressing into the elbows. Tuck that chin in as you come up. Beautiful. And pushing your hands into the floor and coming all the way up. And again, we're going to come to one side, release the opposite foot. Coming over to the opposite side, releasing that foot. Coming back into our seated position. And now we're going to move into half shoulder stand. So actually I'm going to come to the side again for this. So let's rest back down, coming back nice and gently and slowly onto our back into the supine corpse posture. And the first thing we're going to do to prepare for our half shoulder stand is we're just going to lift the legs up. And this might be your inversion. Pay attention to where you're at today. Remembering in yoga, we never force, we never strive, there's never pain. We can move into stretching and pushing our edge a little bit. We just want to play the edge, but not force the edge. So if you're ready to go up into half shoulder stand, we're going to lift those hips, bring the hands to the lower back for support, and bring those feet so they're right over the head. So if you open your eyes, you can see your feet are right above you. And breathe 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Beautiful job. Now if plow is in your practice, you can hinge those legs over into your plow. And your feet may or may not reach the ground. That's okay. Let's take 3 breaths here. Beautiful. Bringing those knees into the chest. Like a little ball, bringing the hands down to the floor, down to the mat. Nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down. Beautiful job. Extending those legs out. And Xander's here with us. And we're going to move into our Matsyasana, fish posture. So both hands are going to be on the mat, palms down. And we're going to bring those hands under the buttocks, palms down. Coming up onto the elbows and forearms. We're going to press into those elbows, lifting the chest up and dropping the head back down into our fish pose. A beautiful counter posture for half shoulder stand. And let's do 3 deep breaths here. One more breath and release, releasing down. And as you're releasing the head coming back nice and slowly so you're flat on your back. Beautiful job. And releasing those hands from underneath you. We're going to go into our last posture of this practice, Bhekasana, which is the frog pose. And I'm going to invite you to bring your arms up above your head and just roll over onto your stomach. Beautiful job. And laying on your stomach, I invite you to bring both feet up towards your buttocks and bring the hands back to reach both feet. And we're going to press those feet. This is a frog pose, Bhekasana. Press those feet down towards the ground. Inhale as you lift your chest and open your gaze upward and forward. And 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Beautiful job. And let's release both feet. And let's bring those arms out in front of us. And let's roll back over onto our back. And let's bring those knees up and feet on the floor. And we'll move into a couple releases and our Siddhasana. So our first release, we're going to do cat-cow, flexion and extension of the spine in a supine position. So let's go into our cat, pressing the small of the back into the mat, into the ground, tucking the tailbone a little bit. Exhaling. And we're going to inhale as we curl that tailbone and stick that tailbone out and feel that low back, those lumbar vertebrae lift up off the mat. Exhale back into our cat, tucking the tailbone and pressing the small of the back into the mat. Back and forth. Just a simple release, keeping the breath flowing. Just releasing the lower back so that we're really comfortable in our Siddhasana. And then coming back to neutral. Beautiful job. And let's windshield wiper those legs side to side, dropping both knees to one side. And you can lift one at a time up and let the other follow, or just have them both go side to side. Nice and slowly. Some finishing releases, keeping the breath flowing. Let's drop them both over to one side. Let's take the bottom leg, the bottom foot, and rest it on the upper knee. It's for a little deeper twist. And let's take 3 breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful job. Release that foot. And let's bring those knees over to the other side. And that foot that's down by the ground, that's lower, let's lift that up and bring that foot on top of the knee for a nice deeper twist. 3 deep breaths here. One more breath. Beautiful. Releasing the leg. Let's bring both knees up. We'll do one more release. Widening those feet so they're further apart. The outer edges of the mat. And let's drop one knee at a time into the center. Not forcing, just allowing a nice little stretch, a nice release. Nice and slowly, we're relaxing, we're cooling down. This was a nice yin floor practice. We still want to go slow in our cool down. Let's go one more time on each side, dropping that knee in. And finding any other little adjustments or postures. You may want to do a happy baby, grabbing those feet and pressing those feet down towards the earth for a really nice stretch. And you might even want to just rock back and forth on your happy baby. You may want to just kind of kick around like babies do naturally in their yoga. And getting ready, making any final adjustments, coming so you're flat on your back into a nice Siddhasana posture. If you need something under your knees or something over your eyes, feel free to take care of yourself, or a blanket. Feel free. Allowing your body to sink deeply into the earth, into the floor. Letting that earth support your body and recognizing that support. Your physical body is supported fully and wholly by planet Earth, Mother Earth, and gravity together hold you safe on this planet. And letting go a little deeper, feeling your body become a little heavier, feeling your bones become heavier and more relaxed. All the systems in the body relaxing, releasing, sinking deeply in to deeper relaxation, allowing the whole body to be still and relaxed. We'll have a few moments of silence to integrate this practice. Beginning to come back. You might want to wiggle the fingers and toes, slowly come back into the body, into this time and space. Taking your time when you're ready to roll over to one side. You're moving over into a little fetal position, curl your knees up. And just resting here for a couple breaths. And when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Just be in an easy cross-leg position. Let's rest our hands on our knees, sitting up straight. And take this moment to scan the body again, noticing any differences. There's more space inside your being, more openness. You feel a greater sense of stillness inside. Just noticing without any judgment, without even using any words. Sink in and bask in the inner sensations, the inner universe within you. And take this moment now to bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice and reaffirm it for yourself. And gently and kindly opening your eyes, coming back to the space and time. And let's complete with an Om. So let's inhale together. Bringing our Om. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Grace. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste.